Listen here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it. Okay, and I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shakes. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here. Okay, you put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up, and honey, okay, your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin pocket, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISOT down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey y'all. What's going on? Okay, so I don't have any external mic hooked up because I have been having like audio issues for some reason. I'm probably going to like go ahead and bite the bullet and get me like a new Yeti mic or whatever, or something, you know, similar, another big mic. But y'all let me know how y'all are hearing me before we get into it. So let me just go ahead and explain why y'all let me know if y'all can hear me clearly, what we're going to do today. So I didn't have another video to put this with. I still haven't watched P-Valley. I have to rewatch Love and Marriage DC. So what I'm going to do, and I've already posted for my members, Love and Marriage Huntsville Live for members only will be after this. So if you don't know, go look. There's been a link posted on BondyBlueShow.com in a forum. It's been pinned. It's been put on Patreon. It's been put on YouTube. It's been put in the Discord, I believe. So everybody should have access to it if you are a member in any way, shape, or form. Okay? So this is the prelude. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into it. And then tomorrow I'm going to come back for put a ring on it, Love and Marriage DC, and we'll do the whole shebang. Because I'm cooking some spaghetti today, and you know, family day, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Family day, family time, whatever the fuck. Okay, y'all know we got more dogs and shit now. My friends supposed to be coming over, so we'll see how the day goes. But ultimately, my expectation is to come to y'all tomorrow for Weekends on in its entirety. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and get into the commit or quit of it all. Hey girl, I know my shirt is wrinkled. Don't judge me. I don't care. That's why I was like, I didn't even want to buy me on camera. I had my robe on. I was like, let me just put something on. It's hot outside. I gotta walk the dog. My abs look good though. So, you know, it'd be like, yeah, your shirt wrinkled. Whatever. Anyway, new tattoo. Y'all see it? It's still healing. That's why it just looks like a blob. But if you've seen it online, you know how fire it is. And I just decided like what I'm doing with the rest of it. So can't wait to show it once it's all done. Probably be done before we get into July, hopefully. I'm shooting for the end of the month. By the time this is all healed, and that way I can start moving on to the rest, because I'm gonna do a half a sleeve on this too. I think I'm gonna leave this one alone for now, because I like this just by itself. So I'm gonna leave this one alone. And you know, the dude who did this one, I'm gonna have him do Gino. I'm gonna have him go ahead and do more. It's gonna be a whole little situation. I can't wait. Now I'm gonna be tatted up. Tatted up. I'm already tatted up, but still. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh my God. I love you guys. All right, so just shooting this shit before we got into it. Are we ready? We're ready. You can see me, you can hear me. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, first of all, hey Nola Reeves, what's going on, boo? Okay, Chanel, Love My Curse, Chocolate Padzia, MJ, Miss B. Okay, Queen Divinity. All right. Lady Lisa, Cece, La Portia, Nisi. Okay, hey Tony, how you doing, Long? Okay. LaFrida, Amani, Shell. Okay. No. All right. I was trying to give y'all a second to get into the room. I know this ain't about to be no big pool or nothing like that, but I ain't feel like I wanted to go live. I wanted to go live for everybody, and then for the members to kind of get me jump started. I can tell he's a real artist. Got the good badges. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it was definitely like a whole top notch. The shop that I went to is actually relatively new. They've only been there for a year. And I have to say, it is by far the best experience I've had at a tattoo shop down here. Like, you never was getting no nice tattoo chairs and shit. You was just gonna get whatever chair them niggas had. Okay, here go the remote, here go the TV. Oh, it's time to wrap you up. About to wrap you up with some saran wrap and some tape. Okay, and that's that on that. But this shit, stays on for 3 days. I'm about to take it off though. I'm waiting on my little Aquaphor to drop off. And as soon as I get my Aquaphor, I'm taking this shit off, washing my arm, and putting the Aquaphor on it. He said 3 days. It's been 2. That's enough. Okay, because it starts to like smell funny. Like, yeah, it smells funny. So I need to, I need to take this plastic off my arm. Like, and y'all, I've been washing it. It still smells funny. I don't know. But yeah, I'm only gonna, by the end of the day, this shit should be, cleaned and gelled up. The dog's gonna have to leave me alone. No, did it hurt? Yes. Yes. Okay. So before I get into it, since we still giving everybody a little time. So listen, okay. So whenever I like something happens, nothing really happened, but I feel like I'm going through some type of transitional period. And I really wanted to get a rose. Roses are normally cliche, but something about it, ever since I got the lily on this arm, I've been, wanting to get another flower in some capacity. And at first, me and my friend was talking about doing small matching ones, and I still might do a small like matching flower somewhere with me and my friend. But ultimately, I went and got this because I always wanted something like on my wrist. This area, as soon as you're getting closer to this area, it hurt the most. All right here, I was pretty much good. But right around this area and closer to bone is where it was just like deep breaths, deep breaths. Okay. So it took about 3 hours plus. Halfway through, he had done most of it. And he stopped and he was like, "Do you want to try the numbing spray?" Because I had asked him about that cream that people talk about. But I like the pain of my tattoos. Like, let me be clear. Like, when I say, I think about it as therapy, tattoo therapy, a part of it is going through the pain of it. So I deal with the pain. But he sprayed halfway through, and that numbed it, but that was good. And I think I'm gonna do it like that again next time. Well, he'll start and I'll just start with no numbing whatsoever, and then when we go through the second half, I'll have him numb it. Because really what happens is, by the time you get to the end, your skin is so sensitive that it's hurting because they're still tattooing, and the skin itself is sensitive. So the numbing, I couldn't even feel the needle. Like, it was touching me and I couldn't really feel it until he would get around this area. As soon as he would get around this area, you could feel that shit no matter what. Okay. But like all the ways around the tattoo, couldn't feel any of the needle. Couldn't feel it at all. So that was dope. Cause at the end, bro, I was just laying there like this. At the end of it, I was just laying there like this, like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good." He was like, "I want to, do a little bit more shading. You sure you good?" I was like, "Please do." And he explained to me that because of the wiping, it doesn't look as red as it will when it's done healing, because the green kind of got in there and muddies the red, but it's not needled in. So once it like heals and peels and shit like that, the flower will be brighter. But if you go look on my Instagram page, I posted it, and it's beautiful. Like, it is really one of the best, if not like, I'm not gonna say the best, because this is a more extensive tattoo. The one on my back is more extensive, but I loved his work. And I was watching his Instagram, kind of like stalking his Instagram for a little while. And his specialty is roses. His specialty it's flowers. You know what I'm saying? So I was just kind of like, okay. And he had really great energy, and that's important because niggas who tattoo can be very toxic. And nobody wants a toxic nigga putting real like pain in their body. It's just a very weird process for me. So I need the energy to be good when somebody's tattooing me. And he was great. So I'm excited about finally figuring out what I wanted to do on this arm because I have been waiting. Okay. And digital roses never die. I'm a digital rose. I will never die. Okay, did you see Ryan's video on the areas that hurt most for tattoos? No, I did not. No, I did not. It was definitely hurts closer to the end. Yeah. I'm gonna have to look at that. I'm addicted to getting tattooed. Yeah, it's definitely a situation where you get addicted, but that's why I'm so specific about placement. Shout out to Ronnie DeVoe. Okay, really good about the placement. And I like my pieces to be nice. I like shit that look good on my skin tone. You know what I'm saying? So like I always go for reds. I don't really like black tattoos like that. I have a tattoo on my back that I want redone because I don't like dark tattoos. I don't like black. I feel like far away you can't tell what the fuck it is. That's why I like reds and oranges and the colors that's going to stay showing on my arm. Mind you, I've had this tattoo since 2020, I think. 2021, 2020. It was 2020. Summer 2020, I think, is when I got this one. Then I have about the moon, y'all. This one is like years and years old. So like red always goes good. Reds and oranges go good on my skin tone. So I like for most of my tattoos to be in that same color scheme because they pop more. But yeah, I'm excited because I do have a little tattoo addiction. That's why it's like hard once I start. It's like I want to get more, but the pain. Have them do that spray. That numbing spray was off the chain. That numbing spray was like the lick because it definitely helped. I couldn't feel a thing. I was like amazed. Like the only thing is that you could feel that your arm is sore. Like you can feel like the inside pain, but the skin pain you can't really feel, and it's crazy. No, I did not check out the Power Podcast. All right, 15 minutes in, let's get into this. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the couple that we were introduced to, and then I'm gonna go to the couple that we ended with, that we talked about last week. So we started off with Bridget and James. Okay, Bridget and James have a 20-year age difference. Okay, they've been dating for 5 years. She moved to Atlanta penniless without a dime to her name. I think she might have been 22 years old at the time. She was applying for a job at a restaurant that he worked at. So he put in a good word, helped her, moved her into his place. Okay. And they've been together ever since, 5 years. All right. Now, that was when she was 22. Every woman knows that the difference between 22 and 27 is a huge difference, specifically in relationships with men that are much older than you. Their expectation is for you to remain some young girl, and that doesn't happen. Women, by the time they get into their late 20s, early 30s, start to really go through some type of mental transformation. And a lot of times, especially in this day and age, the mind games that would have worked on, women back in the day to keep them long term don't work as much anymore. Okay. Like I think Rashida and Kirk was the last generation of, we're going to mind fuck the young girls and get them while they're young. And then we keep them until, we get old, and then we don't want them no more, or until we die. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, I feel like if Kirk wasn't making money off of his relationship with Rashida, if at the end of the day he could not leverage his marriage for financial gain, I think he probably would have left Rashida for a younger woman by now, or eventually. Okay, because somebody mentioned how on social media they was like, I will be Sierra, I will be Lori Harvey, I will never be Rashida. And people didn't understand it because there are a lot of people like, oh, what's wrong with being Rashida? She's a boss, and she she went through so much in her marriage, but they still together now and they're stronger now. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck what y'all are talking about. Anybody that rewatches Love and Hip Hop Atlanta as much as I do know that you shouldn't even really want Rashida and Kirk to be together. You shouldn't want them to be together. But that's exactly the type of situation that this is, right? And it's like not the 20-year age difference, but it's the mind frame to get a girl while she's young. That way you can mold her into what you want her to be. But what they don't count for is by the time a woman gets to 25, 20, 27, 28, around that time frame, she starts to realize, the blinders start to come off. The blinders, is something happens, and all of a sudden you're seeing more clearly, you're feeling things, you're understanding yourself better, you're understanding men more, you're seeing, what you're getting out of the situation versus what they're getting out of the situation. And their relationship is very interesting to me because I feel like the dynamic looks like, okay, he got with a young girl, she used him because she didn't have anywhere to stay. Then within a relationship, she cheated on him. Okay, so she didn't really want him. She just wanted him because he took care of her. And now she's on her feet. She's 27 years old, and she's feeling like he needs to step up to the standards that she has as a 27-year-old woman. He says that she's narcissistic. I'm going to wait on it. I'm going to wait on it because I don't want to be wrong. I'm going to wait on it. But as we moved on into, seeing more of them, they talk about him taking her out, her wanting him to take her out more. And he doesn't feel like he has to. He, feels like he saved her early on in life and then she cheated. So whenever she has a request of him, he will bring up how, for one, he saved her. And for two, how he forgave her for cheating. So that means he should be able to not do whatever it is that she wants him to do in a relationship. And I want y'all to hear how similar that argument is to Monique and Chris. Okay. And I say all that to say that a lot of dynamics in relationships between men and women, especially when the men have money or when the men are older in some respect, is that they don't have to do more. And everybody tells the woman that because you're being financially supported, you shouldn't ask for more. And then if you act bothered or if you act like, I'm not perfect. You know how men, when they cheat on women, when they dog women out and somebody tries to call them out on it, they'll be like, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. Okay. So why can't we apply that same logic to women? Y'all won't do that. Y'all will look at women like she was just a gimme girl with no good on the inside of her. Just wanted to use the old man, wanted to take advantage of an older man. Now, me personally, I feel like a nigga like James saw that desperate girl walk into that restaurant, knew that she didn't have, knew that she needed, knew that he could provide it. And if she was willing to fuck him, she could have a place to stay. That's what their relationship started off as. I need a place to stay. You telling me if I fuck you, you gonna give me a place to stay. You nice enough looking. You got me the job. This is an ideal situation for somebody that's coming into a new city and doesn't have anything and ain't living with nobody and don't really have any support. So to me, I feel like he took advantage of her. I think he took advantage of her being young. He took advantage of her being scared. He took advantage of her not having anything. He took advantage of her in every way possible. Okay. And yes, I think she did what she did because she didn't have anything. But I feel like when you look at the age difference, you now have to look at it from a different standpoint. This is a man that's 20 years older than her. So when she was 22, he was 42 years old. Y'all are going to look at it like, oh, she knew what she was doing. So where is the understanding for the man that got with a 22-year-old and should have the understanding by the time she got to 32, her mindset and what she needed as a person would be different. It kills me the way all I hear from everybody as it pertains to women asking more of their men is that, oh, you know who you married, right? So when y'all get with young ass girls, how do you not understand they're not going to stay the same as they are at 20 or 22 or 19? How do you not understand that? You're a grown ass man. You're not the same at 42 that you were at 22. So why do you assume you're going to be able to encapsulate a young woman into staying in the same ignorant mindset her entire life? It's crazy, y'all. And when you realize, I'm gonna tell y'all what made me like what even deep into how crazy it is for me. This morning I got up early. I wasn't ready to get out the bed, so I had it on Netflix. Girlfriends had been running all night, and when I backed out of it, I saw that new documentary. What is it? Keep Sweet. Pray and Obey, the Netflix documentary about the FLDS Mormon religion, which was like a subsection of the Mormon religion. So what happened is the Mormons eventually decided that they needed to come into the 21st century and do what was considered to be civilized in society in this day and age. Being racist is not civilized. Having all of those wives and a man just with all these young girls all over the place, having all those children all over the place, even if they were all in one home, that shit is not civilized at this point in time, right? So the Mormons, they go ahead and do their own civilized thing, and then you got the subsect that wants to keep that same old shit that they was doing. It's a cult. But essentially all religions are a cult. But I was watching it, and if you pay attention to the things that those men were doing, the things that they were saying, how they were training the girls, how they would put the boys in the manufacturing, they setting all of the young girls up to be with old ass men. So the young men are angry and mad and frustrated and working and not getting anywhere, while all the old men are coveting all of the young women and all of the wealth. So now you got all these angry white boys walking around in the world, mad at the world. Okay, they really mad at their religion, but you know, because they were brought up in racism, how that's going to play out, right? You know, all of the crazy white boys that the Mormon religion and FLDS created by fucking with them young men's self-esteem and all of that. I got you. You know what I'm saying? You knew that by them doing that, they were going to create angry young men. You know what I'm saying? And then you create this control of the young women. And as they were talking about it, I was like, it's literally a microcosm for the society that we live in. Y'all guilt the young girls into getting married. Y'all want them to hurry up. They even said, one of the girls, if the idea was if there's a girl that's spirited, you know what I'm saying, seems like she might have her own mind, you hurry up and marry her young. Married that girl, one of them girls at 14 years old, because she was so spirited and had her own mind and her own energy, even being brought up in a controlling environment like that, still was spirited, as they called it, right? Ain't that some shit they call it, spirited? Okay, meaning you have more of something inside of you. Okay, you have a presence inside of you versus the vacantness that they want young women to exhibit. So it's crazy to me the way they was like, oh, she's spirited, you get her married early so that you can get her pregnant so that she can keep her ass at home. You knock all of that out of her if you marry her and you get her pregnant young. Because first of all, when you marry her, you're going to force her into sex. None of the girls know what sex is. None of them know how it is. It's a traumatic experience for them most of the time. Then they have a baby. So you add traumatic experience, you add trauma on top of baby, on type of deeply controlling society that I live in. Like it is made to basically mentally control women for as long as possible, to siphon their energy. And I tell y'all, that's exactly what's going on. When you look at your Puffies and you look at your Harvey Weinsteins and you look at your Bill Cosby's, there are some men that feel like marrying the women is what makes them great. Having children with the women is what makes them great. Or having sexual dominion over the women makes them great. And so water it down to black men, water it down to this day society and black men, having as many women, sleeping with as many women, having access to as many women as you can, makes men feel better about themselves. They really don't have any inner self-esteem. It's all predicated on us, women. It's all predicated on women. Even gay men, even their existence is predicated on the depiction of femininity that they've seen from their mothers. Even their distaste for women is sometimes steeped in the fact that their mothers were homophobic. You know what I'm saying? So they grow up with a real distaste and anger for women within the fact that they're not sexually, attracted to them in the same way. So a lot of us young girls that grew up receiving negative energy from gay men and not really understanding why. Like, I feel like Erica De Niro was just talking about how gay men can also be misogynistic. And I remember being like, yeah, duh, how hoes don't know that? We've all grown up having some type of like, at least the black girls I know growing up in New Orleans have all had some type of really negative or aggressive experience with a young gay dude growing up. They could have been your friend. They could have been somebody you was cool with. They could have been somebody that wanted to beef with you just because it don't even matter. At the end of the day, all of the men's existence in some way is predicated on a woman. Those of them that find a way to have confidence, those of them that find a way to have self-assurance, and it doesn't have anything to do with either a hate, a obsession, or love for women, more power to you. More power to you. Okay? Because I think it's amazing when a man can actually have self-esteem that is not tied to misusing, mistreating, or soaking up all of the energy of a woman. Okay? Lord, a society based on breaking women, not knowing the whole time a strong woman gets the best out of everything and makes the world better. That's lit, bro. When the dude was like, yes, you have to break them. Like, and then think about how they talk about, women in society, especially in Black society, in our music. It's the exact same thing, you guys. It's just it is like concentrated, just a more concentrated version. But when I was watching it, all of those different themes I feel like are shown through in the way we deal with our relationships. Like as Black people in 2022, those same things that those men push on those young women and those religions that everybody think is so weird, that shit is just a concentrated form, a stronger dose of the same shit that everybody's calling masculine toxicity, male identified. We call, the pick-me's, the conditioning, the patriarchy, all that shit y'all be so, y'all tired of hearing about it and all of that shit. I said, motherfucker, I wish we could stop talking about it, but it's the existence that we live in. It's all over the place. And I feel like we keep seeing it because we're supposed to be unwrapping our minds from it because it's a mind fuck. Just like racism. It's a mind fuck. It's not real. It's not based off of any scientific fact. It's not based off of facts. It's just an idea that has been disseminated throughout so many people over such a long extended period of time in so many ways that it becomes conditioning. And so you think that's the way it's supposed to be. So back to these people in this relationship, where this man is going to present himself as a fucking victim because he got with a 22-year-old and she cheated on him. And now that she's 27 and growing into becoming an adult woman is requiring more from the relationship. But since he saved her, how dare she ask for more? And to me, that sounds like a lot of what I'm hearing all over the place. All over the place. How dare you? How dare you as a woman complain when you're being taken care of by a man? Keep sweet, pray, and obey. Now, y'all don't want to deal with the fact that that's what y'all be telling women. Y'all don't want to deal with the fact that a lot of y'all, us as Black women, perpetuate that same shit. When y'all sit online and talk about how other Black women are bashing men whenever they're asking what they need or showing discomfort or showing that something doesn't feel good to them, y'all run to make those women out to look as if they the worst women in the world. Look how y'all do Jada. Y'all dog Jada out. Ain't never met Jada a day in your motherfucking life. Don't even have to watch her if you don't go on her Facebook and watch her shit. But somehow have like this extreme hate online for her after she was worshipped by Black men and Black people in general for 2 decades. It's insane. It's insane. All because she is an image of a woman that is walking around freely, that is walking around with a man standing next to her, a strong man standing next to her, and she's not weak. Look how they do Shorty. Oh, you heard? Oh, you felt that too? Okay. You felt that too? I felt that too. Anytime a woman is walking around with a strong man next to her and being strong within herself, if she is not perpetuating some male identified bullshit for y'all want to drag her down. You want to drag her down. You want to make it a villain. You want to make it a bad guy. When at the end of the day, we live in a society that is ran by men. Women don't have control of their bodies. Men get to decide how much we get paid. We are fighting for the littlest. We live in America, a country that will make you think you free while you simultaneously have to fight every fucking voting session for your reproductive rights, your right to smoke weed, you know what I'm saying? Your right to cut a fucking fetus out of your womb if you don't want it there. Okay, hey, boo. Hey, Erica. And anytime you say the shit hurt, you say you can't breathe, you say I need more, you say it's not right, you show any discomfort whatsoever, any angst, you ain't shit. You emasculating them, you're bashing them, you don't appreciate them. You need to take accountability. Your words are just as harmful as his actions. Are they? Let me tell you something. The only time a woman's words are more powerful than a man's actions is when she is a mother to a son. That's the only time that woman's words should be so deep and hurtful that it can affect the fabric of the way you become, the way you show yourself in the world as a man. But when you are an adult and you let other grown women affect the way you feel about yourself, young man, something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. I'm sorry this conversation went on a tangent, but it's the mode that I was in when I saw that this man, who I feel like took advantage of a disenfranchised, poor, beautiful young woman, and now he's gonna make himself out to be a victim because she's asking more of him. It's amazing. So at one point, James, that's his name, James reads Bridget's notes. She had wrote down some notes on what to talk about. You can put those clothes on the other bed if you want to. She wrote down what she wanted to talk about in their submission tapes because I feel like Julia's gonna chew on my clothes. And he was very unhappy because he felt like she was making it seem like he was controlling her. And his issue with her was that he could not, in fact, control her. And it's like, so nigga, you don't understand. You don't understand that the fact that you want to control her in the first place is the problem. That's the problem, and you don't get it. You're not supposed to want to control her. It's not supposed to be an issue in your relationship that you can't control your woman. Like, I don't even want to say your woman, because that makes you really feel like she belongs to you versus this is just someone in partnership with you. Child, when they sit down with the judge, you know, we'll see how it all turns out, child. We'll see how it all pans out. But I just thought it was crazy. Like, nigga, you gonna sit up here and tell me that now you're the victim in this situation after you pulled that girl up off the fucking street on purpose? And then he said it like that wasn't an issue. He said it like it wasn't a problem. The nigga literally said, hold up, y'all. The nigga literally said, I felt like I could give her a place to stay as long as she wanted to, you know. Like, he actually said that he wanted her to prostitute herself for a place to live. Like, if you could be my girlfriend, I can give you a place to live. Like, who says that shit? Who actually vocalizes that and thinks that it's not going to come off like you were trying to trap a young woman because your lonely, trifling ass probably couldn't get a woman your own age? So what do? You get with a young girl who is in desperate need of aid. You take advantage of it, you exploit it, and now that she is growing into herself as an adult woman, you're using what you did for her against her. This is the time when you don't bring up what you did for somebody, because ultimately, whenever you do something for somebody, you should be doing it for no other reason than you want to help the person. So if you was doing it to fuck her, you fucked her. Like, she did her job. Y'all have been together for 5 years. Anything that you were doing for her at the beginning of the relationship as far as helping her get on her feet, now that she's working and able to also contribute, to her life, meaning that if y'all break up, she's not gonna be out on the street because she's in a better situation than she was when y'all got together. That girl don't owe you shit. I know you don't feel like that. She doesn't owe you shit. Like how many fucks do you think, like how many times of giving up what I want for you, how many, you know what I'm saying, like how much money do you think that's actually equal to? Because to me, I feel like they really be out here thinking that the amount of money they spending on some fucking rent, nigga, you was already paying your rent, you was already paying the water bill, you was already paying the gas bill, you was already paying the cable bill, nigga. Don't act like you really out here, you know, stretching yourself wide and thin to bring some pussy in the house so you can have it when you get home. And then it work with you so you can watch it all day and make sure that it ain't doing something you don't want it to do. Like, nigga, please. That was a built-in controlled sex doll for you. That's what that was. You ain't about to sit up here and act like you was out here helping people out the kindness of your heart. Nigga, please. To me, when you come to a woman knowing that your main, the main thing you're providing is the money, and you know that, so when she start moving in a different way, meaning that when the money is no longer able to hold her, understand that you did not lay the foundation for anything but your money to hold her. So once the money is no longer an issue for her, you won't be able to hold her if you didn't catch her in any other type of way, and that's on you. That's on you, because you pursued her with the money exclusively. The fuck out of here. It wasn't your personality. It was the fact that you were providing life. You were providing money. You know what I'm saying? Before we move on into Mackenzie and Unique, because this was actually a quite surprising situation to me. Y'all go ahead and like the video. Y'all, Juvie gonna bite on everything. Too funny. Let's sip of coffee. All right, Mackenzie. Y'all, Mackenzie ain't shit. Girl, you got me over here. Like, why? Why are you sobbing? Don't cry. Why are you crying? I don't want to make anybody unhappy today. Oh God. Don't be like that, love. What? Juvie, come here. What? Maybe. You know, moving around. Hold up. Come here, Juvie. Juvie, come here. Come here. He's like, you ain't been talking to me this whole time. Come here. Come here. Make the people happy before we move on to the next fucked up couple. Make the people happy before we move on to the next fucked up couple. Say hey. Say hey, everybody. Sounds like you were saying hey to me. All right, go back to your toys. All right. Hold up, Jen. You are so worried. Like, how do we fix any of this? Child, I think the only way we can fix any of this is to be what we aspire to be. Meaning holding niggas around you accountable. Be careful of the niggas around you. Okay, protect your energy. All right, don't be letting these niggas use you up. Okay, that's really all you can do. You know what I'm saying? And when you get the knowledge and you get the understanding of how to help other young women, help other young women. You know what I'm saying? Tell them the game, give them the game, because everybody ain't got mamas and grandmamas and aunties and daddies and that really care and shit to give them the game. So when you know it, give them the game. That's how you help. Stop giving these young girls bad advice. You know what I'm saying? Stop. You can have a balance. There's a way to teach somebody to be able to take care of themselves, but still have boundaries and require what should be required of a partner. Like, it is stupid sometimes the way I feel like Black girls are taught to always take a L. Like, either you're gonna have to learn how to take care of yourself solely and then another person, or you're gonna be completely dependent upon somebody to the point where if you want to go somewhere, you got to lay your body down and put your mouth on somebody to get on. Like, it shouldn't have to be those, either one. Like, you shouldn't have to choose between those two things. When they be like, oh, you gonna cry in a Honda or you gonna cry in a Benz? Bitch, how about I cry in neither? How about I don't cry at all? Okay, can we figure that part out? Why you gotta cry? Why do you have to cry? Come on, help me, somebody. Make me understand. Girl, I be trying to give my women my own age average because they still need it as well. Yeah, because some of the life lessons don't be learned when everybody's telling you the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's telling us the wrong shit, y'all. Everybody's telling us the wrong shit. I'm sorry, but they are. Anything that's telling you not to trust your intuition, anything that's telling you to put other people, other entities ahead of yourself, it ain't good, y'all. It's not. And they tell you that, you're supposed to be selfless in every respect of life, and that's not true. Okay? The plain people tell you all the time, you can't save another motherfucker until you put your mask on first. Greatest depiction of that, babe, for me and you, when I quit my job. I quit my job. I mean, I was already ready to. But when I quit my job, I felt like I could see on the other side of the shit. So I knew how you felt. Like you couldn't. Because before I felt like I couldn't. It's like you feel stuck. Like, where I'm going to go? What I'm going to do? What if I didn't spend all this time at this fucking job I hated, but I didn't put in all this time and all this work. I go somewhere else. I'm going to have to start off. Lower pay. It's going to be starting all over. But at the end of the day, you hate this shit. So what else we going to do? You know what I'm saying? But I had to do it so you could see you could do it. And then you did it. So essentially, Jada told y'all in 1997, black girls, to stop worrying about how to fix your nigga and fix yourself, and then you would in fact be able to help him. That's why I go up for her. Because in 1997, Jada Pinkett Smith said those damn near exact words, and ain't nothing ever been truer in life. If you really trying to help a nigga, and it ain't always got to be about a nigga. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. That's the point. It should be about you, and then you attract. You attract what you need. You attract what you deserve. Not about having somebody just to have somebody. Niggas out here really just trying to have somebody. Just to have somebody. I want a man just so I can say I got a man. Tell you something. The nigga to my left was not of great quality in a mental and emotional and spiritual capacity. I would be for the streets, as they say it. And guess what? Wouldn't give a fuck. I seen a girl the other day. Now, I wouldn't have a 20 nigga body count, but that was the shit she was on. And I don't care. She was like, because I used to fuck dudes for personality. And all you niggas' personalities was trash. So now I fuck for money. And the dude was like, so when the last time, you fucked? It was like a week ago. And he gave me this bag. And it was an Yves Saint Laurent. And anybody that knows how much Yves Saint Laurent's cost, okay? It's not cheap. Thousands of dollars. Okay? Thousands of dollars for Yves Saint Laurent. We know, we looked them up. Okay? So essentially, I feel like, a lot of the young women is walking around damaged from niggas, and niggas is walking around damaged from they fucked up parents and society allowing them to do whatever the fuck they want to do with no overall, like, person-to-person consequences. The only time there are consequences is when you niggas got to go to jail. That's the only time. The only time. Other than that, y'all is free flowing through society with doing whatever the fuck y'all want to do, not showing up when y'all don't want to show up, just doing whatever the fuck y'all want to do. It's the truth of the matter. So Mackenzie is like that, y'all. Mackenzie is walking around in the world doing whatever the fuck he want to do. Okay? And he says that he doesn't want to get married again because he was married before and he wasn't fully in love. So he wants to make sure this time it's exactly what he wants, which is understandable. I don't think Mackenzie should be trying to marry anybody. I think Mackenzie should be a single man, have his own place, live his own life, fuck when he, do his own thing, and make sure all of the women that he is in contact with know that he is for the streets. Please put on a condom with me, enjoy my time when we're together, and move on about your day. You're not going to sew me in. But see, the problem is that you niggas want to be with women who think they're going to sew you in so that you can get all of the benefits of how women treat men who they are really in relationships with. Because they got a lot of girls out here that can just slang their pussy and send you on your way. They got a lot of girls that can do that. You niggas don't like that. Y'all want to feel when y'all with a woman like you're taking a part of her emotionally. You don't want to just take her sex. A lot of y'all act like y'all do. But as soon as y'all come into contact with women who are on that same energy too, I just want the dick, y'all mad. Y'all don't like that shit. So at some point, you got to admit that what you want from women is not just their sex. You want access to them. And whatever that means, okay? They want to be non-monogamous with monogamous women. Exactly. And a lot of the women, because y'all are, y'all are not, a lot of women aren't sexually liberated. A lot of y'all don't masturbate. Y'all don't know how to give yourself an orgasm. Y'all don't really look to have orgasms during sex. Like, you just want to get pounded for the sake of feeling penetration, which I get it, but come on, my girl. You're missing out on all of the reasons why God gave you a clitoris. Okay? So for me, I feel like, women essentially look at relationships not for themselves really, but from the standpoint of how other people feel about them and maybe the physical or the immediate gratification of the relationship. Right? And that's not a good thing, because you end up in relationships like this where a man is looking at you as a placeholder. Because that's what Mackenzie is doing to Unique, looking at her as a placeholder. He wanted to be friends with benefits. He said his previous girl was more his physical type. Let me tell y'all something. This is when I knew that they didn't need to be together. When we found out at the very beginning of the fucking episode that he told that girl he normally dates light-skinned girls and he should have never chose her dark-skinned, her dark-skinned ass. That he literally said that to her. Mind you, that girl is not dark-skinned. He's darker than her. She's actually caramel complected around my complexion, which is not that dark. But see, that's another thing when I tell y'all that I never perceived myself as being light-skinned. And people would be like, Bondy, you all light-skinned. And I'm like, to me, I am not. Because there's a spectrum of women that have, received that treatment that I did not growing up. Yeah, I didn't get the yellow girl treatment. Sorry. So for me, I didn't. That's why, yeah, that's what he told her. He's colorist. Okay. He has self-hate issues. And he would keep referencing how his ex was his type, light-skinned girls. He specifically or previously liked light-skinned girls. And she, he shouldn't have never chose to be with her dark-skinned ass. Like, he said that to her. I was like, oh, wow. But that's when I knew it. I was like, this is not happening. And y'all know how he said every word is because he sat there like this the entire time. So that's embarrassing for somebody to know you said. You embarrassed. He sat there considerably showing embarrassment. So if you embarrassed by that, why the fuck would you ever open up your mouth and say that to that girl? See, y'all really be out here forgiving shit like that. I don't forgive shit like that. Like, in my mind, if you in 2022 as a man are still vocalizing that type of shit, throw the whole nigga away. Do you hear me? I don't care. I don't care what else you do good in life. I don't care in what other areas you're a great person. You know why? Because you as a Black person are keeping this same ignorant shit up that has been such an area of darkness and just overall negativity amongst Black people. We have so many issues in the world right now. We trying not to die from the fucking panorama. And you niggas is really out here still vocalizing, I only fuck with light-skinned women. I wish you choke on the lack of melanin that you so in love with. Because to me, it's the dumbest shit in the world to live on a planet that survives from the sun and then uphold people that literally have a deficiency in what it takes to survive on said planet. Can y'all think about that for a second, that y'all really be out here upholding motherfuckers having a lack of melanin, and we live on a planet that has sun? And so byproduct, that means that we're supposed to be here. This is our environment. We live here and have melanin in our skin because the sun requires protection. Therefore, the people that live on Earth should have melanation in their skin to protect them from the sun's rays, so that we can be on a planet that is nurtured by the fucking sun. And there's a group of people that seem to have some fucking genetic deformity, and that's cool. You know, it wasn't cool to cast y'all out and all of that. Got it. But y'all big mad. And now it's infiltrated the way Black people feel about themselves, to the point that they really got men on national television in 2022 telling us how they only date light-skinned women. They kill that ant. What is that? Kill it. It's a big old ant. I haven't thought of it that way before. And that kills me. That's why I had to say it like that. To me, that's the dumbed down version of something, like something that people have made this huge deal out of. Y'all, we literally have melanin because the sun affects your skin. So the protective, this is what happens. Like, y'all know how the grass is green because of the chlorophyll and all of that shit, and the sky is blue because it's reflecting off of the ocean, which is 70% of the earth. Like, you know how that makes sense? Black people on earth make sense. So all of this, oh, you have lack of melanin? Oh my God, I love it. You have lack of pigmentation? You have less protection from the sun's rays? Oh my God, that's so wonderful for you. I can't wait to have a baby so it has lack of protection from the sun with you. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? We're plants. Erica gets it. We're fucking plants. They don't forget the water. Okay. Anyway, commit or quit. See, I know. I'm sorry, y'all. I've went off on different tangents, but he told that lady that. How could I not go into depth when that was one of the first things he said? He told her he shouldn't have chose her dark-skinned self. Come on. He told her he was allowing her to be in a relationship with him. He tells her to shut up when she was like, allowing. I'm like, yeah, bitch, you ain't hear him? He been telling you that you lucky that he's gracing you with his excellent dick. Because he could have been with a light-skinned girl. You know, the preference. So he gonna use you up until he find a preference to wife. And then he gonna give her everything after telling you that you needed to do certain things. You needed to be of a certain value in order for him to value you. That was another thing he said. That's why I feel like Judge Lynn, like I don't know why we went through the rest of the episode, because at some point it was just like, no, for me. Okay. They've been together for 3 years. He posted a meme of a woman sitting on a dude's face, and she went off on him. And then they proceed to act like she crazy. But it was, it was like, why are you posting that? Like you calling for bitches to come sit on your face when you post bitches sit with they sitting on the face. Like, hello? I don't know. Anyway, whatever. She says she doesn't feel valued. She told him that after he told her to shut up. And he said she doesn't give value. That's what he told Judge Lynn. She doesn't give value. And I think what he meant is that because she acts angrily and because she acts out of control of herself in response to the emotional trauma you're putting her through. Okay. So because she's acting badly to your acting badly, You can't value her. That's what he said. That's what he said. Unique watched her stepfather cheat on her mother. So that's a sensitive spot for her. Mackenzie grew up understanding that his biological father was a married man and his mother was his father's side chick. This is why those types of relationships aren't healthy for the kids. Like, it's just not healthy for the kids, for things to grow up in such dismay, for you to really actively be, Ariane and Martell Hope. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because eventually that young boy feels like, I never saw my daddy in the household. I never saw my daddy have a good relationship with my mom. So in my relationships with women, I come and I use them up and then I leave because that's what I was showed. That's what I was taught. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing, Martell? What are we doing? Because next episode, I heard you say that it was all Mel's fault. Okay. I'm sorry. I know one thing. Your son, as an adult, having issues with relationships with women won't be Mel's fault. It'll be yours and Ariane's. But press on with the blame. Go ahead. Why is Unique staying in this terrible ass relationship? Because she has daughters. So explain it to us, Unique. She says she's fighting for the relationship because in the past she gave up too easy. Why do you feel like you gave up too easily? That is so perplexing for me. I was like, you gave up too easily. Please explain, because honestly, I feel like, no, you didn't. The fuck are you even talking about? Listen to me. When relationships are no longer serving you, you're not married to the person, move on. If it's meant to be, if you're meant to circle your way back around to them, you will. But if you feel like you don't want to be with a motherfucker, don't be. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all got to learn how to be okay being alone. I'm trying to understand why she would use past relationships as a reason to stay in this abusive ass relationship. Not saying he putting his hands on her, but any man that's telling you that type of shit about your skin tone, that's abusive. Oh my God. Throw the whole penis in the trash can. Oh, I forgot. He got picked on as a kid. What did they say so I can say it like 100 times to you in your ear? like, what did they say to you? I want to know. Because to me, I'm so tired of niggas being mad about shit that happened in middle school. Like, if you don't get over that shit, bro, like, at the end of the day, if as an adult male, you are walking around fucking on a whole bunch of women and they are coming to you, attracted to you, can you please get over, Lil Ashley in the 5th grade not liking you? Can you please get over that? Like, oh my God. You know what? Me being rejected by, I can remember this boy, Brandon, lived in a neighborhood that my mom worked in, used to play with my cousins all the time. I liked him. I thought he was cute. Of course, back in the day, you would think somebody was cute. Now that I'm an adult, none of these niggas could touch me with a 10-foot pole. Like almost every single nigga that I liked as a child, like, it's amazing to me. You could never touch me these days. But when we were kids, it was different. Not as much expectation when you're a kid. All you had to do was be cute and be nice, and I liked you. Have nice teeth, something. I don't know. Whatever drawed me to people when I was a kid. I liked them. And I was the youngest. So I had to have a little, gumption about myself because I was the youngest. So I walked up to them. They on the porch playing and shit in front of all my cousins, all my boy cousins and everything. Embarrassing. Okay. Walked up to him and I was like, hey, Brandon, nigga, I like you. You like me? What's up? And he was like, no. And I was like, okay, cool. That was my response. I was like 7. I might have been a little older than that. But at the end of the day, like, that was my first experience and it hurt. And then like later on, like, dudes would do shit like me, go with me, and then break up with me for other girls or do shit in front of people to try to play me out and shit. You know how niggas be. So I learned to just, come at them with the mouth. Like, you don't play with a real one like me. And plus, like, somebody always liked me. So at the end of the day, if you didn't like me, you think I wasn't gonna get another little boyfriend or girlfriend at some point? You know what I'm saying? So like I got good with rejection. Like it's not a big deal at some point for me. And I wish that young men would learn that as well. Like, okay, you got rejected. You live to fight another day. Like, why the fuck is you out here holding on to women not liking you in middle school, to being bullied for how you looked in middle school? As if, what do you think? Unique didn't get bullied in middle school as a young Black girl? You think that people didn't say negative things about her? She in a relationship with you as a grown man that wants to have sex with her, and you're still making her feel like she's not beautiful to you. And apparently they have a crazy sex life. So I'm like, how you got a crazy sex life and shit, and you not commenting on this woman's beauty? What is attracting you to her then? Like, I don't even, I can't, y'all. Oh my God. Yo, Juvia always snores, y'all. He wants her to back up. He feels like he's constantly in trouble. I'm gonna say, Unique, this is your error. Unique, your error to me is you being constantly worried about him cheating to the point where he constantly feels like he's in trouble. If you that scared, if that's the energy, you need to let that person, go. He all right. Because you don't need to be that insecure. You need to be that insecure. And it's really, honestly, y'all, the way niggas cheat these days and the way people be out here, it's just not that deep. It's really not for you to be so scared of it. It's not that deep of an issue in life. Like, is anybody dead? Okay, then I'm gonna need for y'all to really stop holding on to a nigga cheating. Like, oh my God, I'm in constant fear that he's gonna cheat on me. You need to let that shit go. You need to relinquish that. You need to unwrap it in your mind. Okay, he cheats. What does that really mean? Does that mean I'm not enough, or does that just mean he's a cheating ass nigga? You know what I'm saying? Or does it mean I'm never gonna be enough for a man like him? And maybe I need to find me another man that I can be enough for. Or do I need to go sleep with other people? Like, I feel like women really need, people, period, need to unwrap themselves from being so emotionally tied to whether someone is being faithful to you or loyal to you. Because ultimately, you're walking around in fear, loving from a place of fear for something that is either inevitable, or even if it's not, it's still not that big of a fucking deal. And you know why it's not that big of a deal? Because motherfuckers be out here having casual sex like it ain't nothing. So why do you feel like getting cheated on is the worst thing that's gonna ever happen to you? This nigga fucking another person is gonna be the worst thing that ever happened to you. This nigga leaving you for another person is gonna be the worst thing that ever happened to you. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. I know it hurts. It hurts. Don't get me wrong. It hurts. But some parts of life hurt, y'all. And you get over it. And you move on. And you find another person. And you connect to another person. And that shit might work out, might not. But you enjoyed it while it was popping. Like, let that go. Like, I see women, they just way too scared. And he's cheating anyway. So why are you even doing all of this? You are tiring your body out, being scared of something that is happening any fucking way. Anyway, because he cheating on her. Homeboy said he was cheating on her. This was the first time when Judge went to talk to the homeboy kept it a buck. The homeboy said Mackenzie gets out of hand and she gets really angry about it. I feel like the homeboy was basically like, she an alpha female, you know what I'm saying? And he an alpha male, so they kind of conflict or whatever, but they complement each other. You know what that means? They work well together. That means she big him up. She make him feel good about himself. That means he can go out there and make bread and all of that. He might support her in making her bread, so everybody feels like they complement each other. But essentially, she a nervous wreck. She doesn't feel valued. And he feels like he's under lock and key. So what that means is Mackenzie needs to be a single man, period. And Unique needs to go to therapy to deal with why she has such a strong fear of being cheated on. You need to unwrap that childhood trauma that your people put you through. That's another reason why y'all gotta not be out here letting niggas cheating on y'all cause so much trauma. Because that's what caused Unique to have this trauma in her life. Her parents going through that and probably in front of them and probably in a toxic way. Her mom being emotionally traumatized from it. And then showing that to her daughter instead of putting it in her head that nigga could do whatever the fuck he want to do. I'm not worrying about it. If I'm still here I'm still here. And if I ain't here, I ain't here. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to catch a STD. But that's of no consequence. Because just because you like holding on, like, okay, so what do you think? Like, do you think that if you are scared of being cheated on, that means you're not going to get cheated on? Because that's not how it works. You're scared and you get cheated on anyway. Now, if you're really scared of catching an STD, make these niggas wear condoms anyway. But that's not what y'all want to do. You want to hope that he's not sharing dick, or that if he is sharing dick, he's putting a condom on it with those other women. But he may not be. And that's still you knowing that your nigga could be out there sharing dick and not putting a condom on it. So your pussy is your responsibility. So at the end of the day, if you know your nigga cheat, make sure he put a condom on with you, since you're going to stay with him while he do it. Because you can only control your pussy. Only you can prevent forest fires from your situation. Okay? I'm just keeping it a buck. Causing yourself undue stress. We've taught unhealthy attachment styles and learned to center the person we're in a relationship with instead of centering ourselves. Yes. Which is why what they do and who they're with is such an obsession for you. Instead of you just allowing people to do them, and if it is harmful to you, you express it, they don't change, then you make the change. But don't sit there in this constant state of waiting for another adult to do something different, because they're not going to. And no matter what you do, you can't control them. And you really shouldn't want to. You should want them to do whatever it is that's, healthy for your relationship, because they love you and because they want to be with you. Because they want to do what makes you happy. That's the only reason why. When they got men out here that's telling y'all, I don't want to get Shay and I was just thinking it. When they got men out here that's telling y'all that they not ready to get married, believe them. Don't force it. And stop thinking that you ready to get married just because you like being in the house with this nigga all the time. Because it's more than that. People act like it's just a piece of paper, but it's really not. Mentally, it turns into feeling really responsible for another person in a different way. And if you're not really ready for that, then don't do that shit, man. And don't require it, women. Don't require it. If you feel like marriage is your ultimate goal, give yourself a time frame. And if by that time frame you have not gotten what you wanted out that situation, it may be time to switch up how that relationship works for you. Because a lot of y'all are out here being in monogamous relationships with niggas that are not monogamous with you. And I feel like that's because women don't have enough ego. You need a little bit more ego. That's why I don't get mad. You know how they be like, oh, the girls is for the streets and y'all mad at the city girls and all of that. I'm not mad at none of them girls. Fuck all that. Why would they be out here trying to be Claire Huxtables and shit, or women that are chaste? For what? Saving themselves for who? For these hoe ass niggas who gonna wait until they in their fucking 50s to want to settle down with somebody after they done been ran through and all of their pumps been worn out, dick barely standing strong, and now you want to settle down with me, nigga? Fuck out of here. I feel like the young women should just be safe. I feel like everybody be safe. Wear your condoms. Use your discernment. Don't have sex with just anybody. Make sure you get your checkups. Drink your water and mind your business. Like, it's really not that fucking hard once you get to a certain point, but you got to unravel your mind from being scared all the time that somebody gonna cheat on you or somebody gonna leave you. You only need you. It hurt, but motherfucker, breathe and do something with your time. Reallocate the energy, bitch. A lot of y'all don't have enough to do. Okay? I was watching Real with Yanni the other day. Real with Yanni was like, bitch, I got a list of shit to do. I'm trying to go horseback riding. I was like, I'm trying to go to the gun range and horseback riding. I also have a husband, so that's different. But if I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, he still be working and shit. I still got to have a life. I still got to do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still have to enjoy your life regardless. That's something I had to learn in a relationship, though. You still have to do shit and enjoy your life. Okay? No matter whether you are single or married, you need to have things that you want to do, things that are going to make you happy. And it's not predicated or dependent upon the other person that you have decided to link your life to. It's unhealthy, y'all. That deep codependency that you think is love, no. Love is being there for somebody and wanting the best for somebody no matter what. That's love. Whether they with you or not. Like wanting them to be healthy, wanting them to feel good about themselves, wanting them to have a happy life regardless of what that looks like. That's fucking love. And part of that is being whole people, yes, outside of your relationship. Okay? Judge told him to break up ultimately, and I'm glad that she did. Okay, they remain separated as well. But this, the decision, she was like, he was cheating at the beginning of the relationship. He's still cheating now. I can't tell you to marry a man that's cheating on you. That doesn't even make sense. He's not ready for marriage, and I can't tell you to marry a man that you don't trust because you are so scared that he's going to do what he's already doing. Y'all, I remember being in a relationship like this. It lasted 6 months with me being worried that I was being cheated on. I lost weight. I was sick because he would just be out and gone until 2:00 in the morning. And I'm just sitting at home like, why is this nigga not inside yet? Why is this nigga not answering the phone? Like, I only went through that one time in my life, y'all. I only needed to go through that one time in my life. Okay? After that, and you know what? He left. He left. I still wanted to be with the nigga. He left. I'm glad he did. One of the best things he ever did was leave. I would have eventually left him because I don't stay being played with for too long. And also, what you do to me, I will do to you. I'm just saying. What you do to me, I will do to you. It's just that I do it better than you. So you don't know about what I did, but I know about what you did. So there was always a piece of me that wasn't gonna be played with too tough. Okay, wasn't gonna be out here too upset for too long. That was only a couple of months. I learned from that shit. You gonna put me through no shit like that ever again. Okay, and better, yes. Okay, and better. Nigga still don't know. He thought, but I was just like, if you gonna do you, then you better know. And do you, child, do you know? I'm gonna tell you, that was some of the best advice my mama ever gave me. My mama said, don't you dare feel bad. You know what he do, so don't feel bad. Do you when you want to do you. Best advice my mama ever gave me. Once I understood that, oh, you weren't about to keep playing with me like that. You better know. And see, that's why he didn't want to stay with me, because he knew anything he did to me, I was gonna do back to him, and he couldn't take that shit. He couldn't take the fact that I was bisexual. He used to say shit like, I don't know if I could trust you when you with this one. I said, look, nigga, you gonna trust me or you not gonna trust me? Which is so funny because like that wasn't even an issue for me. So I was just kind of like, really? Okay. You gonna make an issue out of me being bisexual? That means you was already a hoe. Trying to find a way to make me out to be a hoe so it can make you feel good about the way you treating me. And you know I don't deserve it. And you know you courted me. That's another thing. Nigga courted me. Like I didn't just like go out with this nigga. This nigga been after me for a year. I was just like, wow, niggas is funny. But it taught me lessons about the way these niggas' minds are. So when you feel in your spirit that a nigga ain't really right, and I feel like that's what Unique was feeling. That's why she was like that in a relationship. You feel that there's not a complete attachment. There's some disconnect in some way. For me as a woman in that relationship, I felt that shit. Because previously in almost every relationship that I had been in before, and it was really only 3 major relationships before that relationship. But in those 3 major relationships before him, I had at one point or another had the person's complete like attention. You know what I'm saying? At one point or another, I understood what it was like for somebody to be completely into me in the way that I was into them. So when I got in that relationship and I felt it from the beginning. From the beginning, I felt something just wasn't right. But because I was young, I might have been like 19 or 20. 2021. Because I was no, I was 21. I was 21 because I was drinking at the time. It was like 2021. I said it was a 6-month period, but I learned a lot in that 6 months. So it was about 20 before I made 21. Because by the time I made 21, me and him were together. And this was the 6 months before we got together. A little bit more than that. But in that time frame, in that relationship, it taught me so much. And it taught me that when you have that feeling, that means the person is not fully connecting to you. They are putting up walls, they are putting up boundaries around themselves so that they don't let you in completely. And if they're not letting you in completely, then you can't sink in. And if you can't sink in, then you can't fully be free in the relationship because you can't trust it. I learned that from that relationship. Okay. And then after that, I tried to keep it casual with somebody and they still tried to play with me. And it was just kind of like, you could have just kept it a buck. It was already casual. You could have kept it a buck. What you lying for? And that's why I tell y'all that even when when it's like, okay, well, let's just be casual. Let's just kick it. They can't deal with that shit because they want access to you like you a girlfriend. They want access to you like you just for them. And that shit don't make sense. And y'all got to stop letting niggas think that that's, cool. We ain't doing that. But anyway, y'all let me go. I got to go. Because y'all know I got a live to do after this for my members only. Everybody else that's not a member, I implore you to go over to Scotty by Nature's channel and check out the premiere that is on right now. A conversation that we had about Tisha versus Mel. Okay. And the whole breakdown of their, situation. So if y'all want to hear, y'all make sure y'all go over there to Scotty by Nature's channel and check that out. The rest of my members, y'all come through on that link. Y'all know that we're about to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. So yeah, I appreciate y'all. Real good conversation. Hope y'all enjoyed. I enjoyed y'all. And I'll see y'all in the next one. All right. Peace out.